Hey guys, thought it was about time to join the YouTube community and do my own little review on my rackets. Been a long time watcher of many reviews. Some are good, and some are, you know, average. You can get a lot of bad information, a lot of good information from me as well, probably. Um, Everyone's different. Everyone's got different likes and feels, and it's the biggest problem I've got with a lot of reviews is they don't sort of sit there and say, this is how I feel, this is what I like. They just give you a, this is shit, this is good, whatever it is. Um, like I said, we've all got different likes and feels, and everyone plays different. So watching reviews is good to get a bit of an idea on a racket, I suppose. But a lot of the time, you're going to get, just I don't know, just a random idea, and until you really get out there and demo the rackets yourselves, which is what you should do, um, you're just sort of guessing what it's going to be like, and you're going to feel something totally different. The level of difference in playing ability as well. Some guys I've watched do reviews look like they hit a way better ball than me. Other guys don't. I played at a decent level. I've got pretty nice technique, I think you'll see on the videos. But for me to listen to someone that obviously hits a ball nowhere near at my level giving an opinion on a racket, it seems a bit silly. Same if someone far better than me is to listen to me about a racket, it might be a bit pointless. Maybe not. I could be wrong, but that's the way I've looked at it a little bit. And but in saying that, I've had some good feedback from guys I've spoken to that have done reviews, and they've been quite helpful with different things. And I've been around the game probably longer than a few of these guys, but it's good to get some different feedback on different rackets because I've always been a head guy since I was 16. I'm 44 now, and I've never used anything other than head. And I haven't played for about 10 years because of work and whatnot. I've stayed off the court. Just got back into it this year. And thought I'd try something different. Still a head racket, which you can see here, the Extreme Tours, but I was a Speed Pro user for a long time, and a Radical user before that in my teens. So without further ado, my opinion on these rackets is probably a little bit different to some reviews that I've seen, or most reviews that I've seen regarding adding weight to it. So, as I said, this is the Head Extreme Tour. I absolutely love it. I was quite lucky to get my hands on the demo because my good friend is my local head rep, but he didn't have one of these on hand. So I was trialing the Radical Pro, the new Speed Pro, the Gravity Pro, and this is one that I wanted to try because I've used Extreme Pros in the past. They had the 100 square inch, and I quite liked it for the amount of spin and power it had. But I wanted to try something in a 98 square inch. And the Speed Pros are 100 as well. I have a single-handed backhand. So I thought it might be time to try some 98s, and I did. I tried a lot of 98s. E-Zone 98, the Pure Strike 98, the Pure Aero 98, the Pure Strike 18 by 20, the 97D, the V-Core 97D, and look, they're all nice rackets. They all hit really nice, but at the end of the day, I felt this was just superb. The feel on this racket for me was just unreal on my backhand, especially single-hander, on the slice and whatnot, and at the stock weight. So all the reviews I've watched have said you have to add weight. The stability is a problem, blah, blah, blah. Look, my Speed Pros weighed in at about 336 grams, strung with an overgrip and the dampener, and no added weight to it. I'd trialed that over the years with some extra weight, got it over 340, and it was beefy, but it wasn't for me. 336 was decent, especially with a single-hander, and I'm not on tour, so I'm not playing all day every day, and whilst I'm quite strong, I go to the gym 3-4 days a week. I've done strength training. I felt 336 was perfect. Now this one, so this one stock comes in at 327, 328, depending how I flick the racket onto the scales. Whilst it feels a bit light, compared to my Speed Pros, especially, I've really loved the whippiness. Now, the whippiness of this racket, similar to the Pure Aero 98, when I first tried that, I was sort of like, and that one weighed in again. That was 328, 329, so a bit lighter than what I've been used to. But it felt unreal. I really liked how whippy it was and playful. And even on the single-handed backhand, that Pure Aero, I didn't have a problem with the feel on the throat with my left hand. Other people have sort of said, they didn't like it on their one-hander because of that, but I liked it. And it looks unreal. It's a sick-looking racket. Now, with this one, at that weight, like I said, I really liked it. But I did tinker a bit, and as you can see on this one, there's a little bit of weight. So there's 2 grams here of lead, and in the handle, I've got another 2 grams. Overall, this one weighs in at 334. So I've been trialing this for a couple of weeks, and I'm going to give it more of a go, because every time I go back to the stock weighted racket, I sort of think, why am I bothering? This feels great. Stability wise, to me, it's fine. Half volleys, some mishits. Compared to the Speed Pros, it's not as stable. Compared to the Pure Aero 98, it's not quite as stable, but we're talking a minuscule difference realistically. I've seen guys doing the reviews and, I can't play with this, or whatever they're saying. Man, it's not that bad, for crying out loud. And when you center this racket, the feel that it's such a plush feel, and ultimately that's why I chose this over the Pure Aero 98. I was almost changing to Babolat. The missus bought me a Babolat Pure Aero bag for Christmas. Beautiful highlight yellow and black. It looks great. Thinking I was changing to Babolat, and then I had a hit with a guy from online, a local Facebook hitting partners page. So we met through this page and met up for a hit, and I didn't have this racket on hand, as I'd mentioned earlier, but he pulled out of his bag one of these. That's his racket. And I thought, bloody beauty, I'm going to have a hit with that and see what it's like. Same grip size that I use, a 4.5, so that was great. And as soon as I grabbed it, I thought, this feels really nice in the hand. Nice throat, nice weight, whatever. Started hitting, and I thought, holy shit, this thing feels beautiful. Just beautiful. And I really liked the Pure Aero 98. I really liked the Pure Strike, the 18x20. I've always liked 18x20 rackets. So the old style Radicals back in the late 90s, they were always 18x20, and I loved that flatter hitting feel. Again, you'll see in the videos how I play. It suits that sort of style. The Speed Pros, 18x20, slightly larger head at 100 square. I kind of felt those rackets almost perfect, because you've got the bigger head, for a bit of power, and then you've got the string pattern for the control. It just gave me everything. Not a Novak Djokovic fan by any stretch of the imagination. More of a fan these days, but that never hindered me to not use that racket. Major Federer fan, and I've never used a Wilson, so that's pretty bizarre, considering how OCD I am with my gear. And I'll talk about that a bit in other videos. So hitting with this, the feeling on the strings, I just felt, and it might be that Auxetic shit that's in the racket, I don't know. The Gravity Pro, which also has the Auxetic material or technology, whatever it is, felt really nice, as well as the Radical Pro. And the Radical Pro, I don't know, it felt good, for some things, but I don't know, a pretty small sweet spot, I thought. The Gravity Pro was a real surprise for me. I wasn't expected to like it, but it felt unbelievable. I didn't choose that one. Sorry about that. the old iPhone just overheated. I'm sitting in my car at the moment. My daughter's just doing her wakeboarding lessons, and it's about 35 degrees outside here today, so it's pretty hot and humid. That's Celsius, obviously, for any American fans out there. So what I was saying, I just got onto the Gravity Pro. I didn't choose that one ultimately because in the hands, bizarrely, through the air, that racket feels really big. I don't know why. It just feels like you've got this big birthy racket in your hand. And whilst it felt great on the strings, it just, I don't know, it was a little weird through the air. So the Pure Aero 98, I didn't choose that ultimately because this one, to me, the Extreme Tour, does everything the Pure Aero 98 does, but the feel is unmatched. The feel on this racket compared to the Pure Aero 98, and that's a Babolat thing, you know, stiff, powerful rackets, typically what they do. Not that much feel on the strings. The Pure Strike 18 by 20, I had some pretty good feel on that. I really liked that. Again, a lot of reviews say that's really hard to use and really, you know, it's only a unique person that likes that racket. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I do have a single hander and sort of flatter hitting, so I suppose my game probably suits it. But yeah, I thought it would probably appeal to a lot of people. It's a powerful, controlled racket. You know, it's pretty good. But yeah, so I stuck to this, and again, this is all my opinion on the feel. Some guys grabbing the Babolats, you know, that Pure Aero 98 will probably disagree with me and say no, they thought this was too light. You know, they prefer the feel of the other thing, and that's what I was saying. You know, you might like a different feel to me, you know, or you probably do. It's not might, you probably do. But for me, this racket on the strings at contact just feels like a really nice, pockety, plush, powerful feel with tons of control. And that's the only thing, like, as I said, I keep going back to the stock weighted racket. I seem to be far more consistent as far as getting balls in with the stock weight. It's been about 2 weeks I've been hitting. I'm only hitting, once, twice a week at the moment. So I've had sort of 3 to 4 hits with the added weight. And we'll see how we go. It definitely feels better on the serve with this much. It's not a whole lot of extra weight. It's within, reasonable amounts to not be super heavy, but it's very noticeable on the serve. I am a bit susceptible to getting a bit of tennis elbow, probably due to lack of warming up and whatnot. And I can feel with the bit of extra weight, this would be, or it is a bit more comfortable on my arm. Not that it's uncomfortable stock, it's fine. But yeah, I'm using, there's head links in this racket at around, it feels to me about 52 pounds. The strings came in it when I bought the racket. I will be going down to about 50 pounds to see how that feels. And I will be trying different string setups with some hybrids, poly hybrids, multi hybrids, just to see what I like, because I like tinkering and I like to find something that I really enjoy playing with, as well as being comfortable for my arm. I do like a softer feel. I'm not really a fan of the what do they call it? There's either I don't know what they call it. There's so many different names they give that I've heard since I've been getting on YouTube. I'm stumped trying to think about it, so who gives a shit? I'll just pass on that. It's got me. It really got me. No, lost. Anyway, I like a plush feel. I like it soft. I like the sound to be. I like the sound to be muted, which is what this Auxetic does. A nice muted feel. So yeah, that's my take on this racket. Pretty much, it's nice all around. I think it does everything. I think it would appeal to a lot of different people. Again, some reviews are saying that you need to be a high intermediate to advanced player to use this. I don't know if I agree with that either. You know, it's kind of lightish stock. My dad's 73. I'm giving him this to have a hit with because he's quite a modern hitter. But he's currently playing with like I think the third version of Agassiz Radicals that came out in the 90s, and it's way too heavy, big head on it. So you want something lighter. So I'm going to give him this to try and see how he likes it. He's quite a fit and strong guy at 73 and very mobile. He's probably as fit as most 50-year-olds, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know. I think it could appeal to a lot of different people. Looks wise, tell me what you think. I absolutely hated it in the pictures. I wondered why the hell would they go away from fluoro, the fluoro yellow and the black, which the old Extreme Pros came in when I used them, and they looked unreal. I didn't really like this avocado green, as they call it, in the photos, but in real life, when I saw it, I absolutely loved it. I think it really looks nice. Probably more so with the with maybe the blue Torna grips. I use those as well, but I've gone to my typical head extra soft over grip, the tacky feel. I prefer the tacky feel, and this is a little bit heavier, so I've used this to add a bit of weight as well. The Torna grips are really good at the moment here on the Gold Coast in Australia because it's so humid. So those grips, you know, they last longer. They absorb the moisture a lot better than these do. So I don't get slippery with those. But I'm just going to go this one for the weight for now and see how it feels. We're moving out of summer soon, so maybe it won't be a problem. So yeah, leave a comment on what you think. If you've tried this racket and your opinion is completely different to mine, let me know what you think and why, or if you love it, let us know about it. And or let us know what you use and what you like. And yeah, like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll come up with some more videos on different things in my bag and different shot analysis and whatnot. I was a coach for 15 years, so I will be doing some technical analysis on shots. And yeah, I'll try to get better at making these videos, because at the moment I'm just winging it because it's a little bit of fun in my spare time. As you can see, I'm in my car waiting for my daughter to finish wakeboarding. So yeah, we'll talk soon on the next one.